วัสดีครับก็กลับมาพบกันอีกครั้งนึงนะครับกับช่องการใช้ชีวิตในอเมริกาและงาน DIY ครับวันนี้ผมก็จะมาเสนอสิ่งแปลกใหม่ให้กับคนไทยที่ยังไม่มีโอกาสได้มาเรียนในต่างประเทศนะครับนั่นก็คือตัวอย่างการเรียนการสอนในอเมริกาครับซึ่งตัวอย่างการเรียนการสอนในวิดีโอเนี้ยก็จะเป็นการเรียนการสอนในวิชา American Pronunciation ในระดับ Intermediate ครับซึ่งเป็นการเรียนการสอนออนไลน์เพราะเป็นการเรียนการสอนในช่วงที่เกิดโคโรนาไวรัสครับก็เลยทุกคนก็เลยเรียนแบบรีโมทนะครับเรียนอยู่บ้านก็หนึ่งก็คือเทคโนโลยีในการเรียนการสอนนะครับสองก็คือเนื้อหาว่าเขาเรียนเหมือนเมืองไทยไหมนะครับ American Pronunciation ก็คือแปลเป็นภาษาไทยก็คือการออกเสียงสำเนียงอเมริกัน English นะครับเดี๋ยวเชิญรับชมได้เลยครับ
So you can show what's there or you can close it, right? For all of these. So if you find that your homepage is like overwhelming, has too much stuff, you can just minimize each of the modules, okay? So here for week 7, we have the video assignment. After class, I'm going to add the link to our Zoom video. The time kind of varies on how long it takes them to process it. Sometimes they send it right away. Sometimes it's like 4 hours later. But on average, it's usually a couple of hours after class. The Zoom people email me the link. So I'll put that up there for you guys in case you want to watch anything again. Oh, and you know what? I'm going to start recording here. So this will be recorded, right? So just keep in mind, if you don't want your video recorded, you can turn your video off. Okay. Here we go.
This meeting is being recorded.
All right, guys. So just like the other weeks, I've got the textbook pages for Unit 13, textbook pages for Unit 14. So if you don't have the book, just open up Canvas and the pages are there for you. All right. Okay. I want to open this. I think that you guys won't have any trouble with this, but I want to open it just to show you, just in case. And try. Well, in the student view, it does look a little different. This is the teacher view right now. In the student view, they have, instead of published, they have a button up here that says submit, right? And you click on that and it opens up more options to be able to submit. So we're just gonna record ourselves. So like with your phone, right? You can open up your camera and video and do like a selfie video, right? Where you turn the video towards yourself and you can even watch your mouth while you're recording yourself. It might help you to do better. Okay. So we're gonna read these words like seen, sin, Luke, look, and then you're gonna read these sentences that have, I highlighted different vowel sounds, like we have e, u, o, a, I. Okay, so there are some different vowel sounds covered there. And we spent, several weeks covering all of the vowels. So this is just to see if we can say all of them, right? Any questions before we move on? You can, let's see here. I'm gonna unmute everyone. I'm gonna stop this share here so I can easily unmute you. Okay, it's a little loud maybe with all of us unmuted, but are there any questions about that information?
How do we send the video?
So you can, was that Constanza? You can send it. Do you use the internet on your phone?
Yes.
So all you have to do is open up Canvas on your phone, and then after you take the video, you can attach the video file to Canvas. So, okay, so have you guys uploaded documents for your other classes? Yeah, okay. Feel free, so during the week, I'm teaching at night, but usually I'm on Canvas and by my cell phone in like the afternoon and the evening, Monday through Thursday. So if you have a question, it's like difficult, it's not working, just text me and on my cell phone, or you can send me a message in Canvas and I'll help you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, and it's something new. We'll try. This is just our first one. We'll try doing it different ways and see what works for us. Yeah. Ching, I love that you're holding your coffee cup.
Okay,
I have mine also. We can all sit.
For the morning, I really need a fresh coffee.
I do too. So I'm drinking coffee with you. Okay. Were you guys able to open up the first page? Page 65, Unit 13? I'm gonna open that up and share it with you guys.
Что меня опять интернет пропадает.
And I will mute you guys in just a minute, but I still have you unmuted right now. If you want to mute yourself, you can. I'm just opening up our pages, the first few pages of our unit. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mute everyone. It's a little tricky here. Okay, there we go. It's a little tricky to hear because we all, I guess I could say I'm lucky as a teacher because I have a quiet house because my husband works at a medical clinic, and so he's still going to work. And we don't have any cats or dogs, and we don't have any children. So my house is quiet. But for most people, right, there's a lot of action in our homes right now. And it's just, that's the reality of our life. So, all right. So I'm gonna share the first page of the unit with you guys. Unit 13 is a little longer. It's like 6 pages long, and then Unit 14 is 4 pages. So we might do some of Unit 13 before and after our break. It might, continue after we take a break. Okay. So I think last week was kind of a more difficult. Whoa, that's way too big. Okay. Last week was kind of a more difficult topic, kind of technical. This week, I really think it's important, but you might find that it's not as technical and not as heavy for you. Okay. All right. Okay, and I have my phone by me, so I might check it occasionally because sometimes I have students text me if they need help with getting into Zoom. Okay, so let's check this out here. Unit 13, page 65, we have the symbols, the international phonetic symbols for the ED. And this is covered in our ventures books, I think in level 3, level 4. So you might have studied this with your level teacher before. So the ED has different pronunciations, and here they give us examples of all of them. Okay. Here we have the id. And it's almost like you're adding a consonant to the word. So they have landed. So it landed at 8 p.m. And you know, this is the I and this is the It's just a little more relaxed, but the same idea of adding a syllable. Okay, the second part, sometimes we have the voiceless, the t. Sorry if that's really loud in the microphone. Sometimes the volume is too much. Okay, and then we also have the voice, d, and I'm adding the on there, but t or d. Okay, so for the T, we have kissed. And for the D, we have the example opened. Okay, so they tell you when to use these. Here we use the id only when the base verb ends with T or D. So you can't use the T or D because you can't go t or d, right? It would be awkward. So you need the id. Then down here, the T follows some voiceless sounds. So some of these I could say for you, like the k, th, s, sh, ch. Okay, so those are the voiceless sounds that you use the T with. And then the voiced sounds are going to be followed by the D. So we have like b, g, th, v, z, and it keeps going. I'll stop. We're going to cover those individually later. You can type me a message in chat, or you can kind of visually raise your hand if you have a question. Any questions before we do the next part? Or unmute yourself and ask a question. That's also an option. Any questions? No? Okay. I'm not seeing anyone say yes. All right, guys. Let's do a little practice here. I'm gonna unplug my mic, and I'm gonna have you guys all muted, and you'll hear the CD on my computer. Okay. I need to, it sounds like someone is not muted. Let me check this. Okay. So I'm going to play the CD for you guys, And here we want to listen, and you can repeat the words, and they're comparing the present tense and the past tense. And you're also listening for how many syllables. So if you add on the id, then you're adding on a new syllable. But if you just have the voiced or voiceless ending, then you're not going to be adding a syllable. Okay. So the id is an extra syllable. The voiceless T, the voiced D, not an extra syllable, right? Okay, so let's try this. Let me find out which number we're using on the CD here. And if you're not muted, if you could mute yourself, because I'm gonna play this CD. Okay, I got it. There we go. All right, guys. Once I'm opening the CD, right? But then once I have it open, it'll be easier as we go from one exercise to another. So we're starting kind of in the middle on track 30, and we'll continue from there. I really wish I could share this with you guys, but I'm glad we're able to record it in Zoom. So you can always open up the Zoom and listen to just that part if you want more practice. Okay, so here we go. Let's listen and see this. And everyone's muted, so it's kind of you're just saying it to yourself for right now.
Unit 13, Past Tense Endings. Page 65. Step 2, Focused Practice. Exercise 1, Part A. 1. A. Repeat. B. Repeated. 2. A. Decide. B. Decided. 3. A. Investigate. B. Investigated. 4. A. End. B. Ended. 5. A. Create. B. Created. 6. A. Paint. B. Painted. 7. A. Expect. B. Expected. 8. A. Add. B. Added. 9. A. Arrest. B. Arrested. Page 60.
All right, guys, that's it. So let me move this around just a little. I'm gonna have you guys unmute yourselves to answer a question, or let's try it all unmuted once. Let's see if it works for us. Okay, I think I have most people unmuted, unless you're choosing to keep yourself muted, and that's your choice. You can. Okay. You and I have set it up to where you can mute yourself or unmute yourself. When I mute you, you have the power to unmute yourself. But you know, if I muted you for a recording, you know, we want to be quiet for the recording, right? Let me plug my mic in just so you can hear me clearly. You better?
Yes.
Okay. Good. All right, guys. Let's go through this. The first one. Let's say it. Decide.
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 Decided.
I'm gonna turn my volume down a little bit. You guys are a little too loud in my ear. Okay. So how many syllables for decide? We have decide. It's
Two.
right. I'm gonna use the annotation and write on this. Okay. You know what? I think this, I might not be really good at drawing, guys, but you'll get the idea here. We'll see how good my 2 is. But oh my goodness. Oh, yikes. It's bad. Okay, I'm going to go like this instead. 1, 2. Okay, that's easier. I feel like I'm in kindergarten learning how to write here. Okay, how about this one? How many syllables? Decided.
3.
3. Decided. Got the id. Okay. Investigate. How many syllables?
4.
You got it. I heard someone say 4. Investigate. Investigate. So we have 4. Now, how about for investigated?
5.
Yeah. Because of the T, right? It's adding on the id. Investigate id. Yeah, so we've got 5. This is a lot of marks here. Okay. How about end?
And 1.
1. Ended.
2.
2.
Ended.
Okay. Create.
Create.
2.
Okay.
1. 2. 1.
Create.
Yeah, good. Create. Right? Good. 2. And how about created?
3.
3.
Created.
Okay. Paint.
1.
1. You only hear 1 vowel there. Usually the vowels are a good indicator of how many syllables. So 1 vowel, 1 syllable, 2 vowels, 2 syllables, that sort of thing. Okay. Painted.
Excuse me.
2.
Yeah, Ching, go ahead.
I have a problem on the creed. I think creed has only 1 syllable.
Create.
So it's separated right here.
Create. It's not a vowels.
So here you have an E, Cree, and then you have A, 8.
So EA is not a vowel.
Together. So in some words it is. EA sometimes it represents one sound, but here it represents two different sounds.
How about great?
Say that one more time.
Great. How about this word? GREAT. Great.
Oh, that's a good example.
Yeah.
So when we say great, it is all, I'll type it here.
Oh, yes, great.
It's like a GRA and a T.
A, the sound is A. Oh, yeah.
Versus create is a CR. Sorry, someone was adding E, A, and T. Right?
Great.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for asking that.
Or like pain, not to check with the number 6. This is other because AI is together, no?
Yes. So here AI is just the sound A, right? Paint. So we don't hear like an A or AE. We just hear A, paint. So how about painted?
Painted two.
Two. Yeah. Okay. So this exercise here, it's all focused on the T and the D. So you see repeat ends with a T. Decide ends with a D. So whenever something ends with a T or a D, you have the id. Okay, any questions before we move on? Okay, do you like me scribbling on our screen like a kindergartner here? It looks kind of crazy, but I think it helps sometimes to write a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next page. So I have to share a different page with you guys. Guys, if you wouldn't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and mute you just so you can always unmute yourself. Okay, and some of you guys muted yourselves for me. Thank you. Okay, so looking here, they're wanting us to refer back to page 65, and we're filling in the answer. So it says all the present tense verbs in part A ended in a what sound? Or a, and what's our answer here? They ended with the letter, the sound T or D, right? Okay, someone's unmuted. Okay, so we have either a T or a D there. That's the main idea. Okay, the past tense endings of these verbs are pronounced as a new id, which is a new syllable. Right? So we want T, D, and a new syllable. Any questions? No? Okay, let's check out this next part. Remember part 1, part 2, if you have the book, you have this listening portion. I'm gonna play this for us. I want to make it just a little bigger first. Okay. We're comparing some more sounds here, but these end in different ways. So you see like a P, an L, CH, G. So maybe here you're not going to hear the id, but you're going to hear a t or a d, right? So let's listen for those, and we're going to write down if you hear a t or a d for each of them. Okay. And it should just be the next recording. So I'm going to unplug my mic so you guys can hear the.
Page 66. Exercise 2. Part A. 1. A.
Stop.
B.
Stopped.
2. A.
Call.
B.
Called.
3. A.
Reach.
B.
Reached.
4. A.
Hug.
B.
Hugged.
5. A.
Ask.
B.
Asked.
6. A.
Believe.
B.
Believed.
7. A.
Dream.
B.
Dreamed.
8. A.
Continue.
B.
Continued.
Page 67.
guys, let me stop
Exercise
the
5.
recording. I'm going to plug my mic back in, and we can do this once more together. All right, can you guys hear me? Yes? Yeah, okay. So again, we're deciding, do we hear the t or a d? You guys are very welcome to unmute yourself if you want, and we can repeat these together. So go ahead and hit unmute if you want to repeat them together. Okay, first one, let's say stop.
Stop.
Stopped.
Stopped.
Okay, do you hear a T or a D?
He.
Yeah, we hear the T. And that is because of the P, right? So we have P and so you have those two voiceless sounds. So I'm going to draw my really bad T. Okay, there we go. Next one, call.
Call.
Called.
Called.
Okay, T or D?
D.
D. So you have the L, and the
Voiced.
Yeah, they're both voiced. Someone said voiced. That's good. Okay, next one, reach.
Reach.
Reached.
Reached. G.
Good. Yeah, it's a T. So you have ch and t, ch, t, ch, t. Okay, so reached. So that one's a T. Number 4, we have hug.
Hug.
Hugged.
Hug. G.
D.
D.
Okay. So for the g, right, that's voiced. So g, d, hugged. Okay. Ask. Asked.
G. G.
T. You guys hear it? Okay. We have the K. and
Voiceless.
Yep, both voiceless, Alexi. Thank you. Okay, believe.
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 Believed.
G.
Believed.
Believed.
G.
D, is it voiced? Yeah.
E.
Oh my goodness. I'm having trouble. That D is not as good. D-ish. Okay. So we see the v and d. Okay. Dream. And dreamed. Okay, I accentuated that one. What do you hear? The T or the D? D. Right. Okay, we see the M. The D. Okay, continue. Continued. So here we're actually ending with a vowel, right? So all vowels are voiced, okay? Only some of the consonants are not voiced, but some consonants and all vowels are voiced. So when you end with a vowel, you're gonna have the D sound. Okay, so we've got U, right? U with a D, U-D. Okay. How do you guys feel about that? Any questions?
No.
No questions? Have you studied this before? Yes, no? Yeah. Yeah, this is something we talk about in our level classes, but it's nice to review. Okay. There is a little exercise for us to do in groups, so I'm gonna move up to that. I have to clear the writing from the screen. Move this up. Okay, so the next part doesn't require listening. We're just going to read the words in our groups and with a partner or small group. And you're going to decide, is it a syllable, the id, or is it a sound, a phonetic symbol, the t or the d? Okay, syllable or sound. Let me go ahead and put you guys in groups. 1 second. Okay, I'm gonna do 4 groups, so you guys will have like more than one person in your group. So three people in each group. Go ahead and press join to join your group.
Part A. Looked at 3. Ordered it. Seemed angry. Started over. Waited all day. Watched a while. Page 68. Exercise.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna repeat that one more time because it went by pretty quickly.
Page 67. Exercise 5. Part A. Looked at 3. Ordered it. Seemed angry. Started over. Waited all day. Watched a while.
All right, guys, if you want to, you can unmute yourself and we can repeat these. Okay, so I'm just going to say it with you and you can repeat after me. But you have to unmute yourself. Okay, I'll let you choose to do that. Okay, looked at 3.
Look at 3. Looked at 3.
Looked at 3.
Looked at 3.
And you can really hear how looked and at blend together.
Look at the 3.
Transition.
Look at the 3.
Ordered it.
Ordered it.
Ordered it. Okay. Seemed angry.
Seemed angry.
Seemed angry.
Seemed angry.
Started over.
Started over.
Started over.
Started over.
Waited all day.
Waited all day.
Watched a while.
Watched a while.
So just to emphasize, the end of the word has a consonant. Okay, we call it a final consonant. And then the beginning of the second word has a vowel. Okay, so that's why they're able to be so smoothly joined, because you're joining together a consonant and a vowel. Any questions, guys? Maybe not? Okay, you guys are gonna put these into the conversation, and then you're gonna practice the conversation with each other. So I'm gonna put you back in your groups real quick. Same groups. Go ahead and press join to join your group. So we have one more listening exercise, which I'd really like to play for you guys because I think it's good to play the CD in case you want to go back to Zoom later and repeat the Zoom recording and hear the CD more. Okay. This is actually going to be on the next page, page 68. So I'm going to put this up for you, but page 68, and we're going to be looking at the top. And this is exercise 6. Okay. So let me change the page for us. Okay, guys, I'm just about to share it. And here it is. You can zoom in a little on the top. And this is just purely a listening exercise. So we're trying to decide when we listen, do we hear the present tense or do we hear the past tense? So if we chose need, I need some money, then the answer would be so do I, right? But when you choose needed, you say did, right? So think, is it present tense, do, or is it past tense, did? Okay, so let me play this. I can play it a couple times. I'm gonna unplug my mic, okay.
Page 68, Exercise 6, Part A. 1.
I needed some money.
So did I. 2.
I travel a lot.
So do I. 3.
I worked so hard.
So did I. 4.
I helped mom and dad a lot.
So did I. 5.
I cleaned on Saturday.
So did I.
All right. So I didn't realize they were going to give you the do or the did. So that's a big clue, right? So if you can't hear the difference between the need, needed, then you can hear the do or the did. Okay. Let's listen one more time, and then we can pause between each one and check our answers together.
Page 69. Page 68. Exercise 6. Part A. 1.
I needed some money.
So did I. 2.
I travel a lot.
So do I.
Okay, guys. Number 2. Present or past? And you can, I have you muted. You can
Present.
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 So we say travel and
Travel. So do I.
Travel. So do I. So do I.
I travel a lot.
I travel.
I travel a lot.
So do I. Okay, here's the next one. Let's listen.
3.
I worked so hard.
So did I.
I worked so hard. So did I.
Hey, Alexi was saying the past tense, right?
Yes.
Got that? So we're saying traveled. Traveled.
Traveled.
And
Oh,
also
traveled.
did.
Worked. Worked.
Oh, sorry. I'm reading the wrong one, right? Or no? No, it's traveled and
Oh.
did.
Did.
Traveled.
I traveled a lot.
Number 2 was present.
Number 2 is present
Number 2 is
tense. So
present.
I traveled a lot, so do I.
Oh, sorry, guys. I'm just moving in the wrong direction here. Okay, worked and did.
So did I.
Travel and do. And did. Okay. I worked so hard. So did I. Here's the next one.
4.
I helped mom and dad a lot.
So did I.
Helped.
Help.
Past.
Yeah, you hear the T. Help.
Helped.
And so we got past tense and did.
I helped my mom. I helped mom and dad. So did I.
5.
I cleaned on Saturday.
So did I.
Cleaned on Saturday. So did I.
E, right? Cleaned.
Cleaned.
And this one is did.
Did.
So you guys will be able to go back and listen to the recording on Zoom if you want to practice that more. Okay, so let's check out one more thing. Actually, what we have left for Unit 13 is conversation. Do you guys want to take a break and then come back and do some conversation?
Okay.
Are you ready for your break? Yeah. So it's 10:20. We could take a break until 10:40. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. You can refill your coffee or tea. All right, guys. I wanted to share some different possibilities of how to answer these questions here. Because I think, Alejandra, you were asking about this, right? Yeah. Okay, so I just wanted to share it with the class. So, for instance, for number 1, when we say, I needed some money, you could say, so did I. You can also say, I did too. So, too means also there, right? Or you could say, me too. All right.
Yeah.
So you have the option of using so or to. Yeah. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
So
Can
for
I say I did either?
one more time, Jing, can you repeat that?
Can we say I did either?
Oh, so all of these are positive, but if you want to make it negative, right? So, like if I say I don't travel a lot. Let me type it in. If I say I don't travel a lot, then for the negative you say I don't either. You see that?
Yes.
Yeah, so all of the examples here are positive. So, but when you make the first sentence negative, then the second one can be negative and you can use either.
Oh.
You can also say neither do I. Okay, I don't travel a lot. I don't either. Or I don't travel a lot. Neither do I. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to clear that, if that's okay, from the screen. And let's come down to the, oops. Okay, we're going to come down to this conversation topic. And here it's asking you guys to share some things about your weekend. So then you're going to be able to practice saying the so did I or I did too. Okay. I could offer an example. Does anyone have an example? We don't. Oh my goodness, my video is doing really funny things.
Yeah.
Can you? I saw it like shaking. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but
And see you on the video.
not much in the video.
Oh my goodness. I feel like I should end my service with Charter Communications and find a different internet provider. Oh wow. Okay. So we're back. Let me type in an example. Do you guys have an idea? Like, what did you do last weekend?
I watched TV.
Me too.
Okay. Yeah, let's type a few in. So that might be a common response at this point in time, right? There are no parties or shopping trips or yeah. Okay. Anyone else? What did you do last weekend?
For me, I think actually
I did laundry.
Okay,
Wow.
I heard someone say I cleaned my house. I did laundry. Okay, and what were you saying, Jing?
I mean, everything.
I looked.
Jing? Yeah, what were we saying? Sorry, when I'm saying Jing, it sounds like Jing, right? So, Jing Guo.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I played badminton.
Okay. All right. You can social distance with badminton, so that's nice. I think it's good to be active. Okay. Jing Wang, did you want to add one?
Okay. I wrote the assignments for my writing class.
Okay. So you wrote, right?
Yes, I wrote.
What did you write? Like a paragraph or essay?
Reader reflection.
Oh, I wrote a reading reflection. Okay. Wow. Okay, guys.
Teacher, badminton is one key, not
Oh.
double key.
Yeah, sorry, my typo. Okay, yeah. So the idea here is then we can say, so did I, right? Or you could say, I did too, or me too, right? So let me add another box down here. So we've got the, so did I.
So did I.
I did
I did.
too.
I did too.
Me too.
Me too.
Okay, so
So did I.
here the two could be replaced with also. Me also. I did also. Okay, let's try this very briefly with a partner. Okay, I'm gonna very quickly put you in breakout rooms. We're gonna do a different group. Yeah, it looks like we've got everyone. Okay, guys, thank you for muting yourselves. I appreciate that. So looking here, we have this storytelling topic that we get to cover for a little bit. And then we are going to get to talk about the story and tell a story in a minute. But first, the focus is on some vocabulary and pronunciation. So I'm going to zoom in just a little. And what do you guys see here in this picture? Anyone want to respond? Carolina, what do you see?
He's still in the store.
Yeah, and it's kind of a unique way of getting into the store. I never have thought about, cutting a hole in the roof. So, okay. So it looks like he has some sort of power tool, and he's got a bag of stuff there. Okay, and a deli. You guys know what a deli is? No, so a deli is a place that has meat, right? And usually it's cold meat, like cured meat for a sandwich. So a lot of delis in LA, I guess if you've gone to Glendale has a lot of delis. So there are some cultures that like deli meat. At Pasadena, over by Huntington Hospital, they have an Italian deli. So, anyways, think something like Subway, but nicer, right? Okay. So here we have kind of a continuation of what we were talking about earlier in connecting words. Here they use the phrase would be, and it's an adjective, and it's describing people who are unsuccessful or frustrated in satisfying their ambitions. So here they say would-be thief or would-be actor. So it just means they're an unsuccessful thief or unsuccessful actor. You hear the would, you hear the thief, you hear the would, you hear the actor, but the B is short, right? Would be thief, right? Would be thief. I was emphasizing it too much. Would be thief. Would be actor. So it kind of goes like this when you're pronouncing it. Okay, let me do a couple of things. You guys see we have part A and part B here. part A, we're going to listen to these words and repeat them. And part B, we're going to listen to the story two times. And you don't have to write down the whole story because that's like maybe impossible. That's hard. You're going to write down the verbs. So make a list of the past tense verbs. Okay, so let me pull up the listening. Let's do this. Okay, let me start it again. Sorry, I had my headphone plugged in.
Page 69. Step 3. Communication practice. Exercise 8. Part A. 1.
Thief.
Thief.
Convenience store.
Convenience store.
Rob.
4.
Battery-powered saw.
Battery-powered saw.
Collapse.
6.
Judge.
Okay, guys, let's say them one more time. Number 1, thief.
Thief.
Okay, number 2, convenience store.
Convenience store.
Convenience store.
Convenience store.
3, rob. Okay. Number 4, battery-powered saw.
Battery-powered saw.
Battery.
Battery-powered saw.
You've got it, Alexi. I'm going to break it up. Powered. Saw. Battery-powered saw.
Battery-powered saw.
Okay, good. Collapse.
Collapse.
And number 6, judge. Okay. So we know this unit, we've been focusing on the past tense ed, right? So you're listening for those verbs. Do you hear the id? Do you hear a T or a D, the t or a d? So let's listen for those verbs. We're going to listen to the story 2 times, right? And write down the action verbs that you hear.
Page 69. Exercise 8. Part B. The would-be thief. Late one cold night in January, a thief decided to break into a convenience store and rob it. He drove through the quiet streets of town. Then he turned off his car lights and slowly entered the parking lot behind the store. He planned to cut a hole in the roof and then use a rope to lower himself into the store. His plan seemed to be going well. He climbed a tree and dropped silently onto the roof. He took a battery-powered saw out of his backpack. He looked around and saw no one. He heard nothing. So he started to saw a hole in the roof, cutting a circle near his feet. Suddenly, the roof beneath him collapsed. The thief crashed into the store and fell on a large table that held a pot of hot coffee and paper cups. Lying on the table, he looked in disbelief at the 2 police officers shaking coffee off their hands. The police officers had come into the store to get some coffee. They recovered quickly from their surprise and arrested the thief. The thief later told a judge that he didn't know the store was open all night.
Okay.
Unit 14.
So it's kind of a funny story. He was a would-be thief because the store was open and there weren't just people, but there were policemen in the store. So his plan did not work well. But let's listen one more time and continue to write down all of those past tense verbs. There are some irregular ones too. Like I heard the irregular verb fell. So you can do the regular with the ED. You can also do the irregular if you hear them. Okay, so here you go. One more time.
Page 69. Exercise 8. Part B. The would-be thief. Late one cold night in January, a thief decided to break into a convenience store and rob it. He drove through the quiet streets of town. Then he turned off his car lights and slowly entered the parking lot behind the store. He planned to cut a hole in the roof and then use a rope to lower himself into the store. His plan seemed to be going well. He climbed a tree and dropped silently onto the roof. He took a battery-powered saw out of his backpack. He looked around and saw no one. He heard nothing. So he started to saw a hole in the roof, cutting a circle near his feet. Suddenly, the roof beneath him collapsed. The thief crashed into the store and fell on a large table that held a pot of hot coffee and paper cups. Lying on the table, he looked in disbelief at the two police officers shaking coffee off their hands. The police officers had come into the store to get some coffee. They recovered quickly from their surprise and arrested the thief. The thief later told a judge that he didn't know the store was open all night.
Okay, guys, I go ahead and stop that. You can unmute yourself if you want to. We're just gonna share our answers here. I'm gonna put up a text box so that I can type them on the screen. Okay, and let me make sure I have the teacher's answer key in front of me just to make sure that we get all of them because I didn't write them down while I was listening. Okay, let me make sure. Okay. All right, guys, tell me what are some of the verbs that you heard? Maybe we can go through and each share a verb. Ching, what's one verb that you heard? Chingguo, what's one verb that you heard? Can you unmute? You're muted. Yeah.
Okay, I heard planned.
Okay, yep.
Used.
Okay, that's good, that's good. I'm gonna go to another person, okay? Constanza, what's something that you heard?
Drove.
Drove. Did you guys hear used? It's not on my
Used.
Okay. Maybe the teacher's guide list is not good. Okay. I'll put a question mark so I can go back. You heard drove?
Yes.
Okay, anything else? One more?
One more. Took.
Yep.
Took.
Okay. Jing Wang. Tell me.
Seemed.
Uh-huh.
Climbed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm marking them off as we go along. Let's see here. Alexi, can you tell me too?
Looked, heard, collapsed.
Okay, that's good. That's good. So we have looked. What was the second one?
Heard.
Are you saying started or saw? I'm adding more answers. Okay. Okay. Looked. Let me type in looked and collapsed.
Collapsed. Looked, heard. I heard. He heard nothing.
Oh, you're saying heard?
Heard.
Okay. Heard. Okay, and then I'll write in the two. I said saw and started, so I'll go ahead and write those in. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can move this box up. Who else would like to add an answer? Yeah? Or Alejandra? Go ahead.
Yes. Decided.
Yes. Decided.
Yeah, decided.
Arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Arrested.
Good.
Covered.
Discovered.
Discover.
You know, they don't have that on the
Covered.
I think that is recover. No?
Covered.
maybe recovered.
Yes.
Recovered.
And landed.
Turned.
Opened.
Told.
Opened.
Okay, we also have some
Turned.
the verb was. Yeah.
Was open.
Packed.
A second. Oh no, I'm gonna have to open another text box because we ran out of space. Okay, let me see. I was trying to mark these off as we go. We can also add turned and entered.
Yes. Climbed.
Entered. Let me go. One second. Let me go one by one here just to make sure I get all of them. Did we add dropped?
No.
Not dropped. You dropped.
No, you don't have it. Dropped.
Okay. Looked.
Yes.
That looked.
Yes.
Okay.
Crashed.
I think that landed.
Yeah, collapse. Collapse and
Yes.
yep,
have
crashed. We can add crashed.
Yes.
Help.
Crash and landed.
You know, I would have to listen again. It's not in the answer key, but that doesn't mean there's like not a mistake in the answer key. So
Lied. Lied on the table.
Laid.
so we have
Yes,
and
right.
maybe we can listen one more time and we can kind of check these off as we go. I'm gonna add 4 more words. We have fell, held,
Well,
didn't know. Okay. And as we're listening again, we can kind of mentally check these off and I'll listen for any words that aren't on the list. Okay? Here we go. Let's hear this one more time. Oh, I have to close the text boxes to be able to press play. Okay. If you don't mind, please go ahead and mute yourself so that we can hear the recording.
Page 69. Exercise 8. Part B. The would-be thief. Late one cold night in January, a thief decided to break into a convenience store and rob it. He drove through the quiet streets of town. Then he turned off his car lights and slowly entered the parking lot behind the store. He planned to cut a hole in the roof and then use a rope to lower himself into the store. His plan seemed to be going well. He climbed a tree and dropped silently onto the roof. He took a battery-powered saw out of his backpack. He looked around and saw no one. He heard nothing. So he started to saw a hole in the roof, cutting a circle near his feet. Suddenly, the roof beneath him collapsed. The thief crashed into the store and fell on a large table that held a pot of hot coffee and paper cups. Lying on the table, he looked in disbelief at the 2 police officers shaking coffee off their hands. The police officers had come into the store to get some coffee. They recovered quickly from their surprise and arrested the thief. The thief later told a judge that he didn't know the store was open all night. Unit 14.
Let me pause that.
TH sound.
Okay, guys.
no, this one isn't.
So I think we could probably delete use.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
use.
Use.
Use. But you know what you could, here by repeating this in Zoom is that it's not just simple past verbs. There are some other verbs, right? So, and they're irregular, regular, so there's kind of a mix. Right. Did you guys hear anything? Did we miss anything?
Decided.
No, we have it, no? Yes, we have it.
How about good?
So
Okay,
good.
we have decided.
Good.
Rian, what's that?
Good. Good.
Put?
Good.
Put. So it's not on like the official list, but you heard it?
Yes.
Okay. So put would be a simple past, right? Because it's an irregular. Okay. Yeah, so there's no ed. Okay, so how did you guys feel? The main idea here is, how did you feel when you were listening to this? Did you understand? Could you hear which ones were past tense? Because he was telling the story pretty quickly, and sometimes when you're moving from one verb tense to another, it can be difficult to follow. Did you guys have any trouble with that? Or we're okay? Yeah. All right. No response. I'm gonna move on. But yeah, that's kind of a thing with an oral story. Sometimes you might start in the present, go to the past, go to the future. You might move around with your verb tenses, and it can be tricky to follow because you're not reading something, you're just listening, right? But good job with that, guys. Okay, I am going to move to a new page for us.
Steve.
So this is the last page of this unit. Let me zoom in so you guys can see better what this is. Okay, so at the top, the instructions are to put the sentences in order so they tell the story of the would-be thief. And then you're going to circle the pronunciation of the past tense endings. Okay, so the order is over here, right? You're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, like what happened first, second, third. So they have number 1 marked for you. And then later on, you're gonna choose the id, the t, or the d. Okay. Do you guys want me to play the story one more time? Or can you do it without listening? Okay. How about I play it one more time, and then I'm gonna put you guys into groups to discuss it. Okay?
Yes.
We'll listen one more time.
Page 69, Exercise 8, Part B. The Would-Be Thief. Late one cold night in January, a thief decided to break into a convenience store and rob it. He drove through the quiet streets of town. Then he turned off his car lights and slowly entered the parking lot behind the store. He planned to cut a hole in the roof and then use a rope to lower himself into the store. His plan seemed to be going well. He climbed a tree and dropped silently onto the roof. He took a battery-powered saw out of his backpack. He looked around and saw no one. He heard nothing. So he started to saw a hole in the roof, cutting a circle near his feet. Suddenly, the roof beneath him collapsed. The thief crashed into the store and fell on a large table that held a pot of hot coffee in paper cups. Lying on the table, he looked in disbelief at the two police officers shaking coffee off their hands. The police officers had come into the store to get some coffee. They recovered quickly from their surprise and arrested the thief. The thief later told a judge that he didn't know the store was open all night.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and put you back with the partner you were working with a little bit ago. And you guys can do the numbered order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can choose the pronunciation. And then part B is to practice telling the story to each other. And you could also, if you don't want to tell this story, you could tell another story in the past tense. You could make something up or tell a real story of your own in the past tense. Okay, let me put you in your groups with your partner. I'll come around and chat with you guys. The groups are open, so go ahead and join your groups. I went ahead and just drew numbers, and they're very bad because it's hard to do with the cursor. I don't know if you guys have tried that. But if I guess I could have done one long text box. I might do that in the future. But anyways, we've got some numbers. So here we can say he decided to rob the store. He drove there to the store. He turned off his car lights. He entered the parking lot behind the store. He climbed the tree. He dropped onto the roof. He started to saw a hole in the roof. It sounds very complicated. Number 8, the roof collapsed. It fell. He crashed onto the table. The police arrested him. Is that what you guys got? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Do we have the answers for the id, the t, the d?
Dropped.
Yeah, dropped.
Dropped.
With t.
T.
T sound.
Collapsed.
Collapsed.
T.
E.
T.
T.
Collapsed.
And I can annotate here. Let me pull up the thing to draw with. Okay, so collapsed.
Collapsed.
Okay, climbed.
D.
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 Drove.
Drive.
Nothing irregular. Okay, crashed.
T.
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 Entered.
Entered.
D.
D.
G.
D.
Arrested.
Arrested.
Id.
It.
Ed. Turned.
Turned.
D.
E.
D.
Okay. Decided.
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 The id. Started.
Did it.
Id.
ED.
It started. It started.
Id.
So,
Okay, guys. So keep in mind that id is because you have a D or you have a T. Right? So you can't say DD or TT, right? So we use the id. You guys ready to move on to something else?
Teacher, the first one,
Yeah.
sorry, I missed the first one. I only want to confirm the first one.
Okay, I don't know if I can move my screen. Let me see if it'll. Oh,
It's the drop. You drop into the road.
it is
Drop.
a T.
T. Okay.
Drop.
T dropped.
Yes, thank you.
Dropped.
Yeah. So as we cover more of the consonants, you guys will know the International Phonetic Alphabet. And so you'll know, oh, P is voiceless. So it's a T. And you'll say, oh, B is voiced. So it's a D. So you'll be able to look at the word and you will know without even saying the word. But we have some more units to cover before we're at that point. Okay, I hope you got a chance to practice some storytelling in your small group. And we're gonna go ahead and move over to Unit 14 now. So I'm gonna change the screen. Is that okay, guys?
Yeah.
Okay. And Unit 14 is a lot shorter than Unit 13, so don't worry about, it's already 11:35, but actually it's a very short unit. Excuse me, guys. I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick.
Times 3.
All right, this is another topic. I think someone, maybe even last week, asked about this. Maybe someone asked about ED. So this is another very useful topic. Let me go ahead and put the microphone back on for a bit. We're going to practice a few sounds here together. Okay. I'm going to zoom in a bit. And since they're presenting a new sound, we could say a new sound, a new International Phonetic Alphabet sound. We have the symbols and we have some pictures to look at. You guys can quietly listen, or right now it's really quiet, so we're good. But if you want to talk, please mute yourself so that we can all hear. Okay. So here, this description. This symbol here is for the voiceless TH. This symbol here is for the voiced. And the best way to know the difference, because there's no spelling difference, we just want to practice these words to hear the difference. So for the voiceless, it's more of a but sometimes when we add the it becomes voiced, right? But it's that voiceless sound. So here we have thanks. 3. We've got that th. Okay. And for the voiced, if you're wanting to feel the vibration in your throat, you can say that, those. So it's like a the versus the. So you can see no vibration, but you have a vibration. Okay. The tip of your tongue is between your teeth. So nowadays we don't really want to touch our faces, right? Because of the coronavirus. But just think about if you were to stick your tongue out, right? So I'll use my hand. the tip is the very end, right? And sometimes it's kind of pointed, right? The very end. So that part is between your teeth. Okay, so let's look at some of these notes and the spelling, and then we can do some practice. So the notes. There are some exceptions. So you have to pronounce the TH in cloth, okay? Like a piece of fabric, you say cloth, cloth. Maybe like a kitchen towel, you say, oh, there's some cloth, okay? And then here, we don't pronounce it. We say clothes, clothes, right, for what we're wearing. So it's very similar to saying to close. I am wearing clothes. I need to close the closet. They sound similar, but we're going to practice that some more. Okay. Now they have some combinations here for you at the end of the word. They have a final for the or the, maybe simplified or deleted. Simplified is kind of shortened, okay, made briefer. Deleted means there's nothing, it's gone, all right? When an S ending is added. Okay, so here we have the singular, 1 month. 1 month. But when you add the S, 2 months. 2 months. Okay, 1/5. 1/5. 2/5. And I think I'm still adding in the TH actually when I'm saying it because I'm always enunciating so much. But usually when you say it in conversation, and we're speaking quickly, we tend to omit sounds. So just keep in mind when you add an S, sometimes the TH, you might not hear it or you might not say it. Okay. So we have some spellings. You can see it at the beginning, kind of in the middle or the end of the word. And you see that over here too. The beginning, the middle, the end. Now the final consonant here, you add an E. Okay, so here you have both. It's the both. This one with the voice TH, bathe, bathe. You have to add the E for the voiced spelling. All right, guys, I'm going to put up the next page and we'll practice these two sounds. Something, something. Does that help, Alexi?
It's hard for me, like the thing, G was not pronounced.
We actually have a phonetic symbol sound in the IPA, and
okay, sorry.
It's okay. There's a symbol that I could draw it with my finger. It's like an N, but it has a G added on. It's the ing, just like when you do ing. And we haven't covered it yet, but we will. Okay, so we'll come back to that another week. Okay, so let me play part 2 for you guys. Go ahead and mute yourself again if you're not muted.
Exercise 2. 1. This. 2. That. 3. Those. weather. 6. Together. 7. Other. 8. Mother. 9. Rather. 10. Smooth. 11. Bathe. 12. Breathe. Page.
Okay. Do you guys want me to play that one more time? Repeat it? Yes? Okay.
Page 72. Exercise 2. 1. This. 2. That. 3. Those. 4. There. 5. Weather. 6. Together. 7. Other. 8. Mother. 9. Rather. 10. Smooth. 11. Bathe. 12. Breathe.
Okay, guys, if you have a question, you can unmute yourself and ask. Any questions?
Yes, for the 10, 11, and 12.
All right.
It's like you end with the S sound.
It sounds like you're saying the, right? Smooth, bathe, breathe. Okay. Just like our articles, you know, we have a, and the.
Mm-hmm.
The article, sometimes people say the school, the house, the car.
Okay.
Right? So you're adding that on to the end of these words.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? No. Okay, I'm gonna have you guys practice these words with a partner. So let's go back to our breakout rooms for maybe like 5 minutes about, and then we'll come back to our main group. Okay, go ahead and press join to